Welcome to MJ Hobby Corner, guys. This is my studio, and I'm going to give a brief update of all the things that I worked on today. So let's just head over straight to my sculpting bench here, my craft bench. And first things first, I have a hydra sculpture that I'm going to be working on this week, starting tomorrow. And I have the armature all ready, and it has tinfoil filler all around here, and that helps to reduce the amount of clay that I use when I'm sculpting. It also helps to shape things up a bit, plugs up some holes so I don't have to use a ton of clay, and it just works very well. It also forms a very good anchor point for the clay as I work on this. So you will see this sculpture, and hopefully by the next Martin and Julie talk, which is this coming Sunday, I'll have a good update on my progress. All right, so we'll see how this sculpture turns out, and either Julie or I will use it in one of our armies. It'll be a cool proxy. All right, next, I worked on some kelp forests for Deep Wars. The game Deep Wars, it's a game Julie and I really enjoy. And so I started making some more terrain. And this is all kelp beds. I'm going to form like a kelp forest so that we can play in different environments whenever we play the game. So the way I make these, I actually cut up plastic bottle and cut up the plastic into long strands like this. And then what I do, I have my heat gun here mounted on a tripod, and this way I can use my free hands. I usually grasp this with pliers and twist them right in front of the heat gun, and that of course melts the plastic and lets me bend it. Undulating, I guess is the word. So it helps form it, and then I add some hot glue texture just so that it's not flat plastic, and then I paint them. And I chose a reddish brown for my kelp, but they can also be green. And this is giant kelp, of course, so it forms some really big forests. And here are all the bases for the kelp terrain that I want to make, so this way we can kind of spread it all over the table. All right, and then the next thing I did, and I actually finished these on Saturday of last week. Today's Monday, but I got these guys finished up, and this is the River Guard, and Julie will most likely be using these in her Forces of Nature armies in Vanguard, Kings of War Vanguard, or even Kings of War. They're neat little figures. I call them ninja frogs, and they're just really cool little figures. Okay, so I have to paint these, and then Julie will have yet another unit to beat me with. And today I also put some mermaids together. These are Reaper mermaids, and very cool. I really like these. And this one didn't have any extra pieces. It was a whole model. And this one had 4 pieces. This one's also very cool. And it has a couple of fins that you have to attach to the body, and also one of the arms. You gotta attach one of the arms. But I'm gonna be painting these hopefully, and hopefully soon, and we can get these ready because Julie's going to be playing a mermaid faction in Deep Wars. So that's that. Okay, and then one more thing before I go. And this is the table where we had our games just this past weekend. So everything's all cleaned up. It's been transformed into a workbench, actually, for the time being at least. So I started work on Titanicus. You guys know that I unboxed this on my last chat with Julie, and we're very excited. And I got one of the figures done, and I'm going to try to bring it over to the light here so we can just look at it a little bit better. Okay. And it's a superb figure. I mean, it's GW. You know, I don't expect anything less. And this is one of the smallest Titans that you get in the two-player set. It's the Cerastus Knights of the Adeptus Titanicus. So very cool model. It actually went together very, very well. It was quick. You know, at first you get a little overwhelmed with all the parts, but once you start doing it, it goes very quick. I am going to have someone help me out. Our other team member is going to come in and help out. And between the two of us, we'll probably get this all built up and ready to go. So on this sprue, you get two Cerastus Knights, and the other one is still in the sprue. And really all I had to do was a little bit of cleaning with my X-Acto blade, a little bit of filing here and there, very little, just to clean up the little plastic left over from the sprue. There was no flash on these. I mean, it's just very, very well detailed figure. Okay, and so here are the instructions, and you get 3 instruction booklets as well for the different Titans. So I'm working on this one, almost finished with the 2 Cerastus Knights. Yeah, a lot of work still. All right, so on this side we have some terrain being built, and this is for Rangers of Shadowdeep. It's the next mission in Rangers of Shadowdeep, and it has some creepy spiders, giant spiders. We're going to be facing them in the next game, so I'm preparing the tree nests right now, and this all comes off. So when I'm done with the game, all this cotton, it all comes off. It's not permanent, so my trees will still be useful in other games. And then here are the cocoons. I'm waiting for this to dry. I gotta finish them up. And so these will be the spider cocoons that we need for the scenario. And today I also made these trees. Okay, so these are going to be part of the nest, the tree nests, the spider nests. And I got to finish the base on this, and then that's ready to go. And that'll be another tree nest that we can use in the scenario. I'm also doing some stuff for Oathmark. We have an Oathmark game this week. On the painting bench, I have some Vanguard Basileans, and these are actually not Vanguard, they're Kings of War, but Julie's most likely going to use them in Vanguard, and I have to finish painting them. I have a few of them left, okay, and then once I finish these, they'll be ready for the tabletop, and we're going to use them in a lot of different games, but also in Vanguard. I have some Rune War Centaurs back there that I got to finish painting, and those are not going to be too bad, actually. I should be able to knock them out this week. Also on the painting bench is my last sculpture, and this one is finished, and this is the Mosasaur, and I'm going to do a couple of touch-ups here and there, but this figure will probably go to the Deep Wars faction Scaly Horde that Julie plays. Okay, so it's pretty cool. It's a big Mosasaur and a big lizard man kind of standing up on him. How that works underwater, I don't know, but hey, it is what it is. And that's it. I just finished the Mosasaur today, so I got that done, and this is going to go on a shelf, so when we're ready to use it in our games, it's there. So again, this was my mosasaur sculpture, and I have videos how I started that piece a couple of weeks back. All right, and now I think it's time to close up the studio and get some rest and start tomorrow. Maybe get some of these things painted. We are trying to get a couple of games in this week. Oathmark on Thursday and possibly Rangers of Shadow Deep on Wednesday. We'll see how that goes. And I do want to also put up a 5 parsecs from home game. I will be updating my crew this week as well. So let's see how all that goes. All right, folks. Thank you very much.